Alrighty, lumberjacks, welcome back to another episode of FDR Logging, because that is who we are and that is what we are doing. Last time we were playing, I cut down a whole bunch of trees over there. We were doing some stuff, but then my silly butt forgot to save. So now we've moved the operation into a split operation in another area. Because I had forgotten to save, I'd left so much over there. So we do actually have some wood left over there I want to clean up first. It's not much. I think it's like maybe one load worth. And then once I get that cleaned up, I'm going to split the operation into two groups. I'm going to do one where I'm going to do sort of a felling with the processor, doing shorts, and then forwarding with the forwarder to that side. And then the other side is going to be just like we were doing, sort of a buncher, skidder kind of combo, I guess, there. And that is how we're going to do it. That way, if we get bored of one, I can just switch and go to the other one. Because ADHD and all, you know, you got to keep moving. It's like a shark. If you stop swimming, you die. Topic of the day. I didn't really have a topic. Didn't have one. But I was thinking about it today. Totally off the beaten track of life. But you know what? Some of these episodes are kind of... We're just going all over the place. So why not keep... why not keep going there? Okay, this is what I was thinking about today. So you hear about all of the different conspiracy theories and all the different crazy things in life that are going on, you know, Area 51 and like, you know, the government's after you and just all these different concepts that are out there, right? So my thought was, and this is going to be one where I want you guys to actually leave some comments in the, oh my god, my brain today. Comments in this video regarding this subject. So, what do you think is currently the most kept secret in the world? Like, what do you think it is? Like, what do you think is happening out there that the government knows about or somebody knows about that we all don't know about, that's a big deal and it's going to affect all of us, but we don't know? It's the most kept important secret on Earth. What do you think it is? And now the book's open for you guys to leave a comment about this one. So, like, aliens. Do you think it's aliens? Do you think aliens exist? Do you think we've made contact with other life on other planets? Is that possible? Do you think it's some kind of crazy catastrophe bound, like, you know, they made some kind of super virus that they're going to release on the world, some evil group or government entity or terrorist entity? Is that possible? Maybe that's a secret that's being kept right now. Maybe this is the Matrix and we're all just AI living in these pods of life here. Maybe that's the secret. I don't know. There's got to be some kind of untold secret out there, I'm sure, that we don't know about. But that was my question for the day, and I was going to speculate on different things. There's so many weird conspiracy theories and concepts of things. Aliens is always number one. You think, like, Area 51, that's always a big one. Aliens. Some people think we have definitely made contact with alien life from other planets. Some people think that there are aliens living amongst us right now, sort of like some Men in Black stuff where they're, like, you know, here on the planet already and our government's just hiding them. You know, that'd be a pretty crazy secret. I'm sure lots of people have gone to their grave wanting to know if aliens are real. What about Bigfoot? Maybe Bigfoot's a big unkept secret. Can I pencil these, you think? Oh yeah, there we go. So that one's just kind of being a bit of a schnooker there. Come on. It's thinking about it. There you go. Bigfoot. Wouldn't that be crazy? Turns out Bigfoot's actually legit. I kind of have my doubts on that one. I believe that there's definitely, like, large species of creatures that already exist honking around out there that we don't know about. I mean, like, there was that giant grizzly bear that guy shot that was like, what, 1,200 pounds or 1,500 pounds? Some crazy, ridiculous, oversized bear. The thing was nuts. And, like, everyone was like, oh my god, I can't believe that exists out there. So I do think there are lots of creatures. It's the same, like, in the ocean, you know, like they always say there's some potential that there's megalodons at the deeper portions of the sea, like the giant sharks. I mean, there's no proof of that, but I mean, like, it's possible. Just because we haven't found it yet doesn't mean it isn't there, right? It's the same where they say life on other planets, and alien life as well. The possibility is there that it could be happening. We don't know. We don't know. So aliens, that's a big one. I always thought aliens was a big one. The other one was secret government entities that are, planning some big attack on the people, trying to seize control and power to wipe out the human race and all that fun stuff. That's all possible too, rich billionaires and having everything that they want to be able to control the people and do all that stuff. I think we already got a little bit of that going on right now, don't we? Too controversial. We can't get into that. Sorry. Yeah. I don't know. It's an interesting topic, interesting concept. Secrets. The secrets of the world. But to be honest, if you could, would you want to know? I mean, I expect, based on all of the things I've seen in my life with humans, there's some pretty extreme depravity out there in secret that I don't want to know about either. But there's probably also some really amazing developments and potential things being developed that would be amazing to know about too. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to know, because some of it's probably pretty heinous stuff that I probably wouldn't want to know. But I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think? What's the most untold, currently kept secret that exists in the world? And I bet you a lot of people will go to the JFK assassination concept and all that too. Maybe that's it. I don't know. It's crazy. But I don't know, when I was growing up as a kid, everybody was always like, watching movies like Independence Day and stuff and going like, oh my god, can you imagine if aliens were real? And then people are like, yeah, they are real. Their government's keeping it from us. There's entire forums and websites dedicated to people who are still convinced about UFOs and seeing objects. I used to I still occasionally listen to old episodes of Art Bell. Art Bell used to be a huge, not used to be. He is the head guy for talking about aliens and strange paranormal kind of experiences and stuff. Really interesting program. I mean, a lot of it I feel just kind of got ramped up and turned into entertainment value. I myself have not seen enough occurrences in my life to believe that there's anything quite alien out there. There's nothing alien that I've ever seen. I haven't seen anything that I haven't been able to explain. There have been some coincidences of things happening where you're like, oh, that's kind of random and weird that happened. But I've never had an actual legit moment of oh my god, this is definitely caused, by alien life or some kind of ghost appearances that is happening. Maybe that's the unkept, or the kept secret of the world. It's ghosts. Maybe they know ghosts are real. What was that show? Cabin in the Woods? I love that show. It was one of my favorites. Cabin in the Woods, where they have to kill a virgin and a warrior and all these guys in some kind of ancient ceremony every certain amount of years or something to appease the undergods of the earth that run the earth or something. Just this kind of far-fetched story, but that is actually more interesting. I like that. If we had something like that going on, that'd be pretty exciting, I think. That would be a hell of a secret. Oh, hey, by the way, there's these Lord of the Undergrounds of devils and stuff that run the planet, and if we don't appease them with virgins, then everything comes crashing down. Now, that would be a sneaky secret, for sure. Oh, man. The subjects we get onto in these videos, hey, it makes you wonder what the hell. It's funny, I've had some emails saying, why don't you just talk about modding, or why don't you just talk about Farming Simulator the whole time in these videos? And I'm like, man, I don't even know what to talk about on those subjects anymore. If you want information on upcoming mods, go be a Patreon, go be a YouTube member, supporter, and you can get all the information about stuff there as things get developed. But, this This series is just me literally logging and talking about crazy stuff. If something comes up related to, you know, the game or logging or something interesting in terms of the game development itself, absolutely you're going to hear about it. I'll talk about that stuff for sure. But not a lot of stuff has really changed in terms of the game. You know, we'll go into that on another video, subject-wise, because we're kind of off our topic here. But yes, maybe that's the kept secret. There's actually a better farming simulator game that works perfectly that Giants has a copy of that they're not giving you, that they're hanging on to until all of the fans completely abandon this series, and then they're just going to whip it out at the last second and be like, haha, tricked you. Here's the actual perfect game, which combines all of the physics of SnowRunner, Farming Simulator, and every other good thing, and puts it all into one game. But we were just waiting to really wear out this series to the point where everyone started bailing, and then we were going to release it. That'd be an interesting secret. That'd be a very well-kept secret, because no one saw that one coming. Just kidding. I don't think that one's going to be a fact. That one's one more of the conspiracy theory fantasies. I wouldn't even call it a conspiracy theory, because we can almost guarantee that's not going to happen. So, does that sound positive? That sounds positive. Yeah, pretty wild, hey? Yeah, secrets. The secrets. How about lizard people, huh? There's people who believe that there's actually an entire subterranean world outside of our own, full of lizard people. And these lizard people live in these subterranean, down to the core of the earth ducts, and they have cars and they wear human skin, and it's wild. Look into that. If you're ever really bored, look into lizard people, because it is an interesting subject. That was a really smooth load. That one felt good. Yeah, lizard people. When in doubt, lizard people. I remember hearing lots of stories about all these like super rich millionaires that were building like all of these tunnels, like huge tunnels, like ridiculous, like air 2 times the size of a like airplane hangar tunnels that just go for miles under the earth into these special underground millionaire cities or something like that. And I can't remember where I read that. That was so long ago. But what a subject. What a weird subject. Can you imagine that? There's just all these like tunnels full of all these rich people, and they're living all their lives down there. Elvis isn't actually dead. You know, he's down there just living in a tunnel somewhere. All of the famous people don't actually die. They're all just living in these tunnels underground under the earth. I don't know. I probably believe that a little more than lizard people. Maybe. I think I'm going to have to cheat and drag that Medill up here. We got one loader up here. We'll just leave that for now. Okay, so what are we going to do first? We can either start bunching on this side, or I'm going to start processing. We'll do some fun little processing, and we're going to cut to 7 meters. I like 7. 7's a good number for this. Oops, I think we were at 7, to be honest. There we go. So we'll cut to 7, because 7 is a nice smooth number. But yeah, what do you guys think? What is the most unknown, sketchy secret about the universe that people should be knowing about but don't? This would be a good live stream question. I should be live streaming this episode, so that would be actually pretty interesting. Maybe one day I'll do an FDR logging episode on a live stream just to get people's responses. It'd be pretty interesting, right? Pretty interesting. So we got lizard people, conspiracy theories about the government. How about that all the governments are actually working together under one government? Like a world government. I kind of doubt that based on current events, but maybe there's some kind of... Oh, how about this? How about the Illuminati, huh? Freemasons, Illuminati, that kind of stuff. Now, I have not really looked into any of that stuff, so I'm not really super up on it, but I always hear stuff about, well, I used to hear stuff about the Illuminati and stuff on the pyramids and the eye on the bills of the American dollars or something. I don't know. What the hell? There was a show dedicated to that with, what was it, Nicolas Cage or something? What the hell was that called? Oh, was it National Treasure? American Treasure? National Treasure? I don't know, something like that. God, when was that? How old am I now? I remember that was at like a Christmas when I was young, when that came out. And some friends were absolutely obsessed with it, and I was just like, man, this seems stupid to me. Who was right? Who knows? Oh, there we go. That's a big tree. But yeah, lots of possibilities of different things. Also, there's like stuff about George Soros, who's like a millionaire person, and he has like some kind of Satanist cult. How about the Church of Scientology? You want to get into some really crazy stuff. Those guys are pretty whack, man. I read some interesting stuff about that. It's amazing how many celebrities are involved with the Church of Scientology. And there's like all these documentaries that came out about them like blackmailing these celebrities so that they could force them into these tithing programs. Oh man. Just never ending stuff. But which one is the most best kept secret? And who's working with who? Oops. See, that's why I want to do a live stream on that, because, man, you get some wild stuff I bet you'd see in there. I'd fix that pile, but that sounds like the forwarder's job, who's also me. I'm going to shift gears and go this way a little bit, where the trees thin out just a wee bit. It's actually kind of a nice little area to forward, or do like this forward type cutting in, just because it is quite open. I mean, we are doing 7-meter logs though, so these will probably be pretty gutty trying to load them onto that forwarder, because the heavier the logs, the sketchier it kind of feels. But they seem to be coming down alright, at least, so that's good. Medium length trees. I'm trying to think of any other like crazy things that would be kept secret. Crazy secrets. I don't think it's so much that there's secrets out there. I think there's just a lot of unknown. Like the Area 51 thing was always the craziest. But I mean, like, after all the publicity, all the Hollywood, all the everything about Area 51, even if pretend back in like, you know, the 80s, Area 51 actually did have aliens there, just on a whim. Let's imagine that happened. If they did, and there was this much attention from Hollywood for all this time, they would have moved that, all of that alien related stuff to some other base by now, or like a long time ago. So they probably have nothing going on in Area 51. It's just the boringest base ever. But because the whole world's focus and public's focus is on this one military base, they just maintain it so that people stay focused on it. But the real juicy stuff's probably happening at some completely different base somewhere in the world. I could see that. Some completely different place. Probably in Alaska, because nobody wants to go to Alaska to check stuff out. If it's happening in Alaska, it's staying in Alaska. Who wants to go up to, like, you know, minus 40 and go looking for alien clues? But you do the same with a place in Mexico where it's nice and warm. I mean, everybody wants to go down there and hang out and look for aliens, right? Hell, I'd do that. I wish that was my job. My job was like, hey, Jordan, we need you to go down to Mexico, and we're going to get you to look for aliens at this random location, and we'll pay you. I'd be like, oh, cool. Right on. Let's roll. I don't think I'd even question it. Well, I mean, it's not related to my job, so the union might have a problem with that, but I'd still go try. I'd find those aliens. It might take years. Maybe tens of years, and lots of expense accounts, but I will find those aliens. And don't worry, I won't enjoy it. I will do it strictly for the job, and I promise it won't be for any enjoyment. There will be no entertainment. Yeah. Yeah, part of me thinks like, oh, like this has always been me growing up through high school. I've always been like, wow, imagine there's some crazy stuff going on in the world with the millionaires and the billionaires and like all these secrets and all this stuff. And then kind of the other part of me is like, maybe there's absolutely nothing going on and these people are just actually really dumb and it's all just people indulging in all of their human wants and needs and there's really nothing else to it. I don't know. Could be either way. I always look at government as a good example. So I have lots of acquaintances and people that I've worked with or people that I know that are very heavily on the whole, the government is working to take down the people. It's like, yeah, the government is a bloated bureaucratic mess. I 100% agree. And I'm sure at certain levels there's so much corruption going on, it's not even funny. But to try to look at the government, all of the government as a whole, and say that it's in cahoots with each other, I don't believe that at all, because there's so much bureaucratic confusion and nonsense in government. At least what I've seen, and I've worked in government long enough that I've seen quite a bit of it. And to think that any of those people are working together, they can't even work together on the base level of the job. I can't imagine them working in some consortment of people trying to plan out some crazy plan of life and yada yada yada. I can't see it. But like I said, I'm sure at high levels, you know, you'll look at the House of Cards type high levels of stuff where you see that kind of corruption going on and game playing basically that's happening. Yeah, oh yeah, of course that's happening. That happens everywhere. But to think it's all being controlled by one ultimate, you know, being or person or whatever entity, I don't really buy that. I don't think human beings are organized enough, and human beings are way too greedy too. So pretend you have all the money you ever wanted. All that's left is for you to get power. Some people are power hungry. So if you want to believe it's one entity controlling everyone or one organization controlling everyone, I can't get behind that, because human beings are inherently greedy little buggers, and to have one person at the helm of all of it is usually quite slim chanced. But again, what do I know? If I ever become the head of a giant consortment, then I'll know. Chances of that in my lifetime are probably 0 and 0. But hey, if any of you guys are evil rich millionaires and you want a compadre to go with you, you just give me a call, because I want to try it out. My jobs are fun and all, but if you took me on an adventure to rich evil land, I'd probably go check it out for sure. But then you guys would never see me again, because I probably wouldn't come back, whether they killed me or whether I chose to just keep on living that life. It would really depend what's in the cards on that one. Yeah, the wild times. But yeah, I am really actually looking forward to what you guys might leave in the comments on this video. It might be not much, or it might be lots of cool stuff. I don't know. I think it'll be funny either way. I think it will have some entertaining drama of stuff. Okay, let's dump this guy down here. I'm actually just I'm gonna grab a couple trees here to test it. We'll turn and go in this direction now. All right, so we should probably paint out our path at least a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect, but oh yeah, we can do the stump clearing too, which I love. Goodbye stumps, 26 of them. So Shift P, and we're going to paint the land a little bit. I'm not even going to do a very good job. I'm just going to kind of do this like crappy trail thing. I've actually kind of found this looks a little bit more fun for me as opposed to just a straight line. I wipe out the big bushes and just kind of leave like a gritty road. Because I was doing like the full paint the road situation, but this actually just looks a little better. And you can kind of control your spacing a bit too. You get kind of like this gritty road kind of situation where it's not quite like a full road, but it's, I don't know. I like it. It just looks better. As opposed to having this perfectly smooth area like over here where we're going to be processing. Gnarl it up. Okay, so let's try these 7s real quick. I'm just going to grab a couple bundles here before we go. And to see how they load. Because I haven't really tested the longer trees with this guy yet. And 7s should fit in this bunk quite nicely. Yep. Nice. I'm going to open this up just a little bit. Maybe like about that much. Yeah, about that. Let's try another couple grabs here. The secrets of the world. Guys, I'm not actually Jordan from FDR Logging. I'm actually a lizard person. I'm one of them. If I was a lizard person, I would probably have a cooler job. I'm gonna make that'll be a quote. I'm gonna put that quote on my tombstone. You know, if I was a lizard person, things would have turned out different. Would have had more money, more freedom. I'd be able to live in these cool subterranean tunnels. But no, had to be born human. Maybe I'll come back as a lizard person in my next life. That'll be the end of the movie, or end of the episode question. If you could come back as anything at all, what would it be? You can't say lizard person, that one's mine. You have to come back as like a horse or like a chicken, or as one of these pine trees we're murdering here. Oh, violent. All right, I'm gonna do these two and we'll call her here. It's actually loading really nice for 7s. I wasn't really sure how they'd roll, but this is very nice. Yeah, sweet. Cool. Okay, well, we're going to leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we'll just keep doing these fun little operations. We'll switch sides once in a while when we're really bored. But yeah, hopefully you guys will have some interesting answers for the question. What is the world's best kept secret? And it could be totally conspiracy theories. I'll take anything you got. Let's have some fun with it. All right, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.